Greetings to all my comrades of the APC. This is the APC online TV platform, and this is the voice of the diaspora, the mouthpiece of the diaspora. This program, the program we then call the one-to-one upfront interview with Comrade OrWanKasu to all the comrades that they aspire for various positions them within the APC. Well, Mina Comrade OrWanKasu, and today, like I always say, we're glad for the see women in the step up. They aspire for key positions them within the APC. Well, of course, the UK and Ireland are one of the branches them or the districts them around the diaspora. We don't actually, show women them. Then they come up for very, very important positions them. Capable women them. People of caliber, women of substance, they come. So today we get another one. We can talk to, make he can tell we more about himself, ourselves, and then make it tell me why did they aspire for this position. So I want to bring the comrade in, make he can tell me who that's not him and what's in the position where you aspire for. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Comrade OrWanKasu. Good evening, comrades. Good evening, viewers, and the rest of the media team. Before I start, I want to thank you immensely for giving me the opportunity to be on the platform today. I am Madam Bintu Isatu Sesay Kanu. I grew up from the northern province town of Magboroka, Tonkolili district, one of the districts where don't ever give APC, the party where I belong to, the total votes the way they deserve. I went to school, to the famous Matora Girls Government Secondary School. Matora Girls Secondary School is the first girls secondary school in the north. And we motto is much in little. This tells a lot that with little effort, we can achieve a lot. I was brought up with my sisters, a family of 6 girls, now all professionals, by professional parents, because my parents were both educationists. And when I left Mathora, I moved on to the Islamic Benevolent School, Makeni. Whilst in Mathora, I was the Minister of Education. I played volleyball. I captained basketball. I was an all-way-rounder because I did all the sports. And on top of that, when there is speech day, I am one of the people who will be handed the key role because I'm confident. After Benevolent, I moved on to the UK. But before I came to the UK, I had my kids. So I'm a proud mother of 4 and 3 beautiful grandchildren as I speak. I don't have a dad now, but I have a mom, and I have to be very much proud to say I am thankful to come from such a family, because all my dad wanted was to see girls that are educated, because he keeps saying, don't bring me a man with money, bring the man who can give you education, because education is key. And today we know what it means.
So
yeah.
Bintu, just a quick one. You don't actually introduce yourself. You don't tell we this how you come out. Magborka, Tonkolili district, and you now a daughter of professional parents from a professional parent. You went to the school where they call Mathura Girls, the first girls' school na Magborka. I go say na the north, yes.
Yeah.
And then from there you move go Makeni, you attend the Benevolent School.
Correct.
You know, a mother of 4 kids. Of course, Asabi, 2 of them. One of them is somebody who I admire so much, but we will go into that later on. And you come to the UK. So when you come to the UK, what do you do in the UK?
When I moved to the UK, my first job was like in a hospital as a domestic assistant. After 4 months, I said to myself, is this really for me? So I went out my own way without even my sister's knowledge to source for education, further education. My sisters were surprised. They were saying, you think you can go to school here? Who can pay your school fees? Because that is in 1998, because people were here, they don't even know whether they can go to school or whatever. But I beat the odds. So I went to University of West London. I came out with a qualification in nursing. I qualified in 2001. Following that, I started my career as a nurse. 3 years down the line, I became a charge nurse up to management level. And I still pushed myself to say, if I can be a manager, I have to be able to back my management with something that will give me more base. So I went for a postgrad in strategic management and leadership as I speak. So I've been acting the role of a leader and a manager for all these years. I have 22 years of qualified experience. If I add on to the ones I was working without the experience, it's well over 25 years. So I'm very proud to say I still maintain the hierarchy. And since I started practicing, I have exemplary track record because I've never been disciplined. All I see is me get involved and included in any decision making, because I can have a friend or a sister at work. We can go for tea in the evening. When we go to work and you do something, I am very much able to separate professionalism and friendship or familyhood. That gives me my firm background in my leadership that has brought me to where I am today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Currently,
yeah, go on, finish that.
Currently, I am a registered manager for an employment agency. I'm certified by the Care Quality Commission, and we employ up to 50 staff. So I support people with employment, I mentor them, and I care about diversity. It doesn't matter who it is. So that's what I'm doing currently.
Okay. That's very good. So you don't manage, you don't take leadership positions then. You're a public speaker. You are bold enough to stand during school days. I remember when I was in school, women them, girls picking them for come at the upfront and for can't talk, then can shame. Even though they're very good in exams, during exams, the result can come out well. But for them get the gut for step forward and actually can't talk to we in public and can scared and can shame. You're not a sports person. You don't play the volleyball, the basketball, and all these sports them, and of course you bold enough to come out and talk. And currently you're not a employment agency manager. They support people the way they go into work. Um, with all the skills where you get, you aspire for a position of the chairman of the APC, women's leader, now the UK. Now a political position, now a public position, now a very big position. What can inspire you to go for this position as to say you want to?
That's an interesting question. Thank you so much, OrWanKasu. I'm really excited about this role, and I'm vying for the role because I just think I'm very much self-confident in exhibiting all it takes in the role. I've done it, and I know I'm somebody who can link theory to practice. Since I joined the UK and APC, I wasn't born APC. I choose APC. Why? Because I am a Sierra Leonean and I know that Sierra Leone is bigger than APC. And I'm looking at the four cardinal points of Sierra Leone. I see everybody going to where they think they belong. If I say I start from the Freetown Harbour to the Kono borders, the Loma Mountain, and the Shabro Islands, I think everybody try to get involved because they want cohesive peace. They want the country to move on. So I chose to be a women's leader because I have acted a role in my job, in my home, and even and I don't act in the capacity of organizing secretary. Before I became the organizing secretary person, where they lead the organizing team and the women's wing, I was duly called upon by the outgoing women's leader, where they don't admire me social skills. Since when I was a chairperson for the Bambali District Association, a capacity was served for over 5 years. And I can proudly say I was the only and still the only chair lady for that association who has taken a gross section of the UK members in that association to a successful event in Sierra Leone. Before that happens, we set up a team. We set up a team, and then they wanted to know people who can be engaged. So we went into something like putting up a concept paper, and they chose 5 members of the team. I was one of them and the only lady in the team alongside Dr. Vinod Fuller. We executed the role. We went to Freetown. We rolled out what we wanted. I was representing the health sector. Everybody had the capacity where they represented. It went on well, and there is evidence to back that. So from then, I know that I can lead. In the workplace, I became the face of my company. When we go out to benchmark and to do marketing, I'm one of the Black managers that is always in, because I am very much confident to say to the white counterparts to say, why are we doing the dirty job? And when it comes to things that matters, we are left behind. So I'm always in. I challenge positively because I just want to see myself in a position where I think I am best fitted. So with all those quality and all what I've done, I just think I'm the best fit for the position I am going for.
Wonderful. That's very good. Good submission to that question. Now, with all of this confidence that you get, with all of this experience that you get, the APC women's leadership position, now a very contentious position. And one way we say women of caliber, they come out from all angles. They come for this position for can aspire for them. The chances of you winning it is there because you get the what you call it, the clouds, the charisma, you get the experience, you get the managerial skills. You don't deliver in your various organizations the way you don't serve. So what are the challenges the way the women's wing gets right now where you going for look at, you identify for me and how you were able for, you know, deal with them sort of challenges than the way the women's wing gets.
Well, to start with, I must admit to say one of the key issues within the women's wing is ego and personality clashes. But then that is something we deal with on a day-to-day basis. We have good relationship with everybody. And the other thing I have noticed within the women's wing, there is always that power clash between the women's wing and the main body of APC. And it's high time we build partnership That's one thing I will bring, because there is no need for women's issue to be discussed separately. Women's rights are human rights. So we have to be discussed equally. I can remember a few days ago, we had a meeting. They will just focus on the men. And then the next thing I hear is, oh, we've called two ladies. And I raised my voice to say, come on, look at the ratio. Is that just? You've called more than 50 men and you say you've called two women. Is that real? It's high time women find their position in a more positive way. Reason being that when we look at the Rwandan model, women tend to do better in politics than men because we are selfless, we exhibit humanity, we are able to go with others, we empower them, and we stay authentic. We are very constant as the Northern Star, the district I came from. So this is one of the things I will bring to the APC UK and I. Teamwork, collaboration, cohesiveness, able to empower so that I am seen as the role model to do that. I cannot do it on my own without my colleagues, because there is something that is said. There's a theory that says when you are with people, you have the laggards. So the birds that flock in front should be able to wait so that they run at the same pace with the others. So I think we have to identify each and everybody's skill, and we bring people together. And the most wonderful thing I want to roll out here is when the women's wing was on, we concentrate mostly in women that are in London. We forget that the women's wing is for all the UK and I. So if I get this position, I will ensure that we reach out to our counterparts in the branches, even up to Northern Ireland where we don't have a branch, because women need to move. Women need to move. And when they move, I think Sierra Leone and APC will make a better cabinet and will be a better place. That's what I think I will bring to the women's wing.
That's very good. Thank you very much for that. Again, um, the women's wing, like I said earlier, it's a very peculiar um, wing, and you just highlighted something we you call egocentric, and things like personality clash among women. Who say woman and they one will feel say better pass the other, the other one will feel say na me for talk, not to you for talk. So man get that issue there with them personalities. And now a place where you have to have that leadership skill for actually able to manage women, and you don't challenge men them in various areas them in management, in other with them. You don't challenge white people them because of your race. You don't put yourself really in a position of assertiveness. But this now a political party, and the competition will get now, so the elections they will get now. So now for one political party, when are the APC, and of course you they aspire, so as other people and they aspire. So what are your relationship with the other one the way they aspire for this position?
Thank you. We have a cordial relationship, OrWanKasu, if I can say. We don't sometimes sit down and call each other only when it's needed because it's never been there before the contest. So it's not something we can force. But when we are together in any gathering, we recognize ourselves as APCians. We forget the battle that is between us. We dance, we speak, we stay together for the whole night. That's the spirit. And I think if we are able to do this without any bias, then we will make rounds, regardless of whatever. I know there are contestants, but then we all know each other. We know what we can do. But like I said, we are not able to come out and say, you know what, I think you're better than me in what we are doing. Let's make a compromise. So it's good for us to go and sell ourselves there. And I think I cannot do it on my own. The delegates who are in the chapter are the people that I am targeting and the people who have to vote these people in, because for me to become the women's leader in UK and it has to be a joint work with them. And I am sure that they believe in me because they've seen me, they've heard me. I have the voice, I've given the voice. As per se, I remember the last protest, regardless the fact that I've been to almost all the protests for what is happening in our country, the brutality and persecutions in Sierra Leone. I made my voice because we need to stick there for our people in Africa. So I think if we work together to ensure that we stop the bully, we stop what is happening, and we work as a team, it will be something that will benefit all of us.
Okay. What's in your level of confidence in all of this way you they do so right now? You they try for target mostly the women they're waiting at the chapters them. It is not just about London, because where you want to be a leader for the UK and you want for lead, not just USA Uday, but you want for lead everybody. So you they try for targets women them from all the chapters. What's in at the level of confidence so far will you get, compared to you know, other contenders that really contend for this position here. So
Well, if I say I dey compare myself to them, maybe I know they do myself any favor. I don't compare myself. All I know is I can do it. My life, my voice, my work, I've been everywhere for one another and for everyone, like a wedge on the door. OrWanKasu. For instance, mine is an ever-present voice in all that is happening in the APC. We go to Reading, I'm there. We go to Bristol, I'm there. We go Manchester, I'm there. If it's here, I'm there. If I can recall some 10 years ago, we had a meeting somewhere by Tower Bridge Road. I show my strength and my leadership approach. I'm very proactive. That's how my confidence is leading me places. Somebody had collapsed. Everybody was seated, concentrating in the meeting. I took the lead. I became the paramedic until that person was okay and the ambulance came. To date, the person is saying it. I've done so many other things that stands out to show that I have the leadership skills that it takes. I have the advocate skills. I advocate for others because sometimes when I talk, not that I want to scream, but it's like making a voice for those who don't have a voice because they need to be accepted. So I just think I have that self-awareness and very focused on identifying relationship building. So if you ask me, I feel saying that confidence they will get behind me.
okay, right. As you know, well aware, it's not an hidden secret. The UK and Ireland they go through a very rigorous path right now. Comrades, brothers, paddy, families, we hold themselves together yesterday. Today they don't seem for day in different factions. But we call, camps. Negotiation they go on because this brother also they aspire for a position where the next brother self they aspire for, and we all are comrades. And we don't politically separate we into different camps. Which camp will you identify yourself with at the moment?
Me, myself, and I. That's my camp, because we are all brothers. What is happening is just normal in the party. We've seen it happening in Freetown. That's what we are mirroring. But we are comrades. When the time comes, we are all together. And okay. So this is the point. We can fight today, but tomorrow it's okay. It's team. It's a team thing. I'm getting it. I am in team APC, me, myself, and I. It's all about the APC. All what we are doing, we are all enthusiastic in bringing back APC to power. There is nothing we are concentrating in, as per se, for me. My dreams, my thoughts, my selflessness is all about seeing APC come 2023 back to power.
Okay,
So all of this will be amended. That's my team APC.
that's good. Team APC. Well,
Yeah,
na the APC, na the ultimate interest na yaso for make the APC kind of power. And now we get less than 6 months for the general elections. And you want for be the women's leader for the APC UK and Ireland. The party gets a lot of expectations for we na the diaspora. As a woman leader, wetin na you plan for help the party for win the elections in June 24th, 2023?
great question. I am not planning, I've been doing it. I supported the Tonkolili district, Susakomo, when they made a try for do the voting. We paid for people to come out in numbers to vote. We fed them. As I've said before, I beg your pardon, it's all about APC for me. When I go home, I engage in conscientizing people, motivating them, telling them the reason. And it's very clear for now that APC come 2023, we will go back. I will continue to support by bringing a team together so that we see a need. I'm also engaged here in the UK in the Diaspora Women's Forum, where we are raising funds so that we plan for the convention. Back home, we feed people, and we all saw the recent clip that was sent. I don't limit myself in the district or the city. I sent money to Bo, and my name was there. They rolled it out to say I supported them because there is APC everywhere, and those are the places we have to concentrate. So I don't say because I didn't come from Bo or I'm not an Easterner or whatever. I am APC. When the need arose, I did it. So I'm still rolling it out. So we're going to work together with the ladies as we are doing now. We'll continue to do, because we know you cannot win without money. So we're looking for the budget as women in the diaspora. We start thinking about, if we go, our lodging, our food modalities to support the party, to send people. And I can also engage in the process. Few weeks ago, I was in Freetown when they did the lower level elections. I was somewhere in Robert Street. When the fight started, I moved. I went to DBI Water. I made myself known, but you know that I've been engaged in the voice. That is the protest. So most of the time, if you don't see me in picture, that doesn't mean I'm not working. I'm busy working to ensure that APC come back to power come 2023.
That's good. Good to know that you've been actually in Sierra Leone recently during these lower level elections, and you play your own part there as well. That's quite impressive.
I did.
In the area you mentioned earlier, say, there's an issue here in the UK between men and women, you know, and one thing we very very happy for now that women are stepping up, aspiring for positions. In this program, we don't interview plenty women where they go for very key position. Now you yourself don't come up. And before this time, women they not be the step up like how una the step up so now. What is really not responsible for these new changes?
We have rediscovered ourselves. We clearly know that we can do what men have done or what they are doing. We are qualified professionals. We are now pilots, engineers, cleaners, doctors, lawyers, all walks of life. And if men can do it, women can do it. And what we tend to do is we benchmark with our other neighboring countries. We see Rwandan women did it. And we've seen that countries that have done it stand out. So if they can do it, and we have women who are in the position to take on such responsibility, I think we can do it. Thank to His Excellency H.E. Anes Baikoroma. During his tenure, he brought about the 30% representation. We didn't quite get there, but we are coming slowly. And I assure you that we are aiming to get maybe, if not 50-50, we are going to take over. So we are asking the men to watch us out.
Okay, indeed, the proportion of women as compared to the men, of course, they more than the men by I think a percent or something like that, in terms of their number. Um, but this now APC election. APC elections, it's not like before, where the elders then can come, they can sit we down and look at the situation, assess the situation, and think say, if we can't do election now, so one person win, it could be a problem for the other one. So they can do what they call selections by consultations. But now that's not it again. Now na elections. Now una na people of caliber, una na people of real experience and lots of skills. If they can't do these elections, Bintu not happen for win this women's leadership position. Wetin Bintu Sesay go do?
For those that have worked with me in the women's wing, they know that I have thick skin. I'm not a quitter. I do it in a very positive way. When we were in the women's wing, I've been deleted for severally, but I hanged in there. I still deliver. I go for meetings. I don't shy away. I am not leaving because it's APC. It's not about individuals. All I'm going to continue to do is to build that amicable relationship with everybody, because with that, we will have a way forward. If I don't get it, which I really don't think it will happen, I will work with the team. I am still APC. I didn't go to APC because of the position, as I said. I was chosen regardless the fact that I know that I'm able to execute the duties. I joined APC UK and I sometimes back in 2003, the time when Boki was here. I registered with Yoni Sise. During that time, I didn't take like very, very active role, but I made an impression, because when we go, we put smile, myself and my sister, we put a smile in people's face because we know how to put ourselves together. We have the social acumen. We will make sure that everybody is okay until Kadi Antikumba came, Kadi Kalmax. By then, people like Kadi Baka were very active. We were in those days. We have the people like Donald. We have the people like Siton Durin. I quite remembered when Comrade Mustafa, Chairman Mustafa, was campaigning. I think he knocked my door and handed me his life. This is your life, a red book. I still have it in my bedroom. So those are the days we are there. It's not about position. It's about the love we have for the country and the party we have chosen to be a part of. So with or without the position, I will continue to be somebody who will work with APC. That's my strength.
That's good.
Yeah.
So the elections they come very soon, even though they don't postpone them severally, but someday very very soon they will conduct the elections then. And we we get a meeting recently. We not expect the TIIEMC for present in every elections where they take place in the diaspora. However, they go allocate certain people, appoint certain people, where they go use them people and they as presiding officers for conduct with elections. You think say you go able to trust the process of the presiding officer even though you don't know him yet, and whoever wins you go accept and then we move on.
That question comes with ambiguity in the sense that I don't know who it is, but not wanting to be judgmental or to be stereotypical, I just think with what is going on in the country now, everybody just wants for APC to move on and lay all the arms. I trust the process until the people come and give us an hint of distrust. So if anything happen, obviously, if we distrust them, we will protest. But I trust them because I don't want to take sides for now because I don't know anything. I don't want to be biased. So I leave it open.
Because one of the most popular thing now when it happen at the country,
Mhm.
that we then call petition. Now everybody, the layman and village don't understand what's in a petition. Petition, you need to go spend money in a court or go spend money in a place for bribe somebody. You just to go write a letter, say, are they against waiting to happen? So do you see that happening in the UK and Ireland elections?
Very unlikely. But if people in the UK are pushed, I cannot rule it out because everybody wants to see genuity. We want to have this thing done and dusted because we want when June comes, APC come back to power. That's all. I
Okay.
can see it, but I cannot put a mark on it for now. But if people in Africa can petition, we here know the rules, we know how to do it, we can still petition, but I am hoping not because it's not going to yield.
Okay. Um, Within the APC UK and Ireland, you don't come across quite a number of people them. You don't get a relationship with quite a number of comrades them, young and old, leaders of today, leaders of yesterday, and potential leaders of tomorrow. Who that among them people there so we don't come across? We you they admire and we now you go say na me body, na me people like this way really I they learn from or I don't learn from, young or old.
Without any bias, I've learned a lot from each and everybody. We've learned the bad, the good, and the ugly. But if I start with, I will have to first call on Pauri. He's got wisdom. He's got the courage to say things as he sees it. I remembered when we first set up the women's wing. He stood on stage and say, I know Ajamatu is the deputy women's leader. I know this woman, he was pointing at me. She's got what it takes and she hold a position in Church of England. You know, he doesn't joke about Church of England. So the last time I had encounter with him is like a year and a half ago. By then he was already frail. We met in a wedding. I was the master of ceremony. It is like a tale of two cities. The bride was a Sierra Leonean. The groom was Nigerian. As we know, they always want to stand on top of everybody. While we were waiting, the groom's mother went to nominate somebody just there to say, come and open the ceremony. So I stood next to the gentleman. I didn't say anything because my name was on the program. Everything has been done, chosen by the couple. He said, oh, I've just been selected to officiate the ceremony. I was calm. I didn't pull faces. And then he spoke and he asked somebody to pray. I stood closer to the person who prayed calmly. When the person finished, I stretched my hand, I took the mic. I greeted the audience and say, I am the nominated MC for this occasion. My name is XYZ, but I will hand over the mic to somebody who is going to introduce me because I want some of my accolades to be, So I called out somebody, they called me, there was turmoil in the hall. And then I came back, I did all the modalities. I told them about not expecting a fire, just what you expect. Pawuri stood up and shook my hand and said, they will not have a better MC than you. So I learned that from him that it doesn't do what it is not supposed to do. When you do something that is right, it will give you that commendation. Moving on, I admire people like Israel Papa. At his age, he's always immaculately dressed. And Comrade Sam Sumana, they call him?
Yeah, Tamba.
Yeah. Coming back to my memories, I have people like Maki Sheikh. Maki Sheikh is one of the people who identified my talents here in the UK outside of the APC. He called me and drew me and said, I can see you going places. He introduced me to an association, an organization. By then I was the chairperson for the Bambali. We got donations. He's always behind me to say, you can do it, you can do it. So thank you so much, Mr. Maki, for that. I will not disappoint you. For the ladies, I have my able elders in the women's wing. Madam Kadi Kamara, the outgoing women's leader, I salute you. And I thank you ever so much for identifying me first and foremost to be the organizing secretary, which is a huge role in the wing. And when we had the big occasion, you also agree for me to be the person to introduce the MCs of the occasion. Let our best of blessed memory. After that, he got up and shook my hand and said, you look tensed. He said, I like you, girl. May your soul rest in peace. Late Jupu Felix George. After I introduced him and he said, for your age, I don't think you should know me much, but you did very good reading. Well done, girl, because I talk about his Saturday Shinji show and all those sorts of things. He was shocked because he said, that's something he has forgotten for years. So I brought him back to memories. Madam Filma Duarte, she brings us joy. She is an all-way-rounder. She dances for us, she sings for us. Solomon was wise. When I saw the clips quite recently, I laughed because she's so energetic. So their talent won't go wasted if I get the role. There's Kadi Savage in Sierra Leone. She's also somebody I admire. She's active in the APC UK and in Sierra Leone. So many people, Kadi Kalmax, Kadi Bakal, and coming back to like age-wise, I admire the people like Bonita, Fatia, for the energy they took to be amongst people who are of age with that caliber. I salute them. Maria too, so many more. You have the young youth, like the list goes on. To be honest with you, like I say,
yeah.
I admire people in variable ways.
Yeah.
Whether it's the bad way, I admire them because I can sit down there and see them maybe in the next meeting or on the next activity, coming back to realizing what has happened. So when I reflect, I just think, oh, it's good to belong in a mighty party like this. So I thank each and everybody in the APC for making me learn how human beings behave. And Honorable Pateba, I don't know him, interestingly. We went to Reading. I was going around asking people, do you have a drink? Do you need food? And he asked somebody that was sitting next to him, that was Mr. Kolifa Koroma, who is this lady? So I had him, I approach him and say, my name is Bintu. I'm one of the aspirants, for women's leadership. And he said, I like your politics. Your social skills are good. So they inspire me. So I admire them in variable ways. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for not admiring me, OrWanKasu, and Mo Bangoa Del.
I did it deliberately because I was waiting for you. I want to know if you take a note of that. Coming back to that, you made things happen on a more serious note. I deliberately left you people out because you know what? Majority of women in the APC here in the UK, they are now educated. We've got the qualifications behind us. But some of the roles we take in society don't allow us to have this type of dialogues. But what you've introduced will continue to make us stronger to be able to face reality and make amends. So I thank you ever so much, the media team. We know this is the first things you people are rolling out. I, in particular, promise to come out stronger. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for that. It's been very interesting. We're coming to the final half of this discussion we're having. It's been very, very interactive. I want also for make you tell fumble them, viewers them, comrades them, what are your strongest attributes? I don't see a lot already been said about you, and I don't observe you over the years, and you get the skills for able to identify key people in our show. We are very, very good seasoned politicians. The likes of Dr. Siri Wuri, I see him recently, Ademakoli in declaration at the UK. I was so pleased. I was so happy to see him. And I used the opportunity to take photos with him, because it's been like long. I've not seen him in meetings, or they get them face-to-face meetings from the time when the COVID hits, everybody go inside in shell, not to everybody surface again. A lot of things they happen. We need able to meet again physically, like what we use for meet before. But I was extremely, extremely happy that I saw him there in that meeting. It was really, really happy. Of course, you mentioned Idiot Papa and few other names them, best them, Antika them, Karl Marx, and Miss Sweet Bonita, who we always get na the platform and stuff like that, Maria to them. So we really, really they see young politicians that they come up, and you don't eye them people, and then you don't see them as people away, the potential leaders them of tomorrow. So but tell me, what are your strongest attributes? What is about Bintu that is very conspicuous, that's out there, that everyone can say, wow, me not this kind of person? Tell me that.
Bintu is talented, energetic, with an ability to advocate, empower, selfless. And my social skills and communication skills just says it all, as proven in the interview today. And also, I think I don't make enemies because I don't think it will make me who I want to be. Because if you want to work with people, you need to be able to transfer as a transformational leader, because we all have our leadership skills, our management skills. You need to be able to work with people, not them work for you or you work for them. Teamwork. And you should be able to identify what somebody can do and not do. Do not delegate to somebody something you know they cannot do, because they are going to fail you, or you're going to fail them because they will think that you are testing them. Make sure everybody work at their own pace. So if you ask me, I just feel say my social skills and my communication skills stands out. I have a laughter in every minute. I bring laughter in people's faces because I don't get upset. I've seen people fighting, oh, it's because of this and this and that. I will be there to be the peacemaker, regardless the fact of the relationship, because to me, this is somewhere we spend some leisure time and a place for us to know each other more, because maybe without being in the APC association, some of us will only meet at work, in the street, in Peckham, and we don't have that cordiality amongst us. So for me, I'm going to focus on relationship building and try to advocate and empower people as best as I can.
Okay. Bintu Isatu Sesay ni Kano. Yuna born of Tonkolili district, Magborka. You attend Matura Girls. You attend Benevolence, Makeni. You an athlete back in the days.
Yes.
And you a brave public speaker. And you a manager. And you don't lead organizations. The Bombali Association, the Bombali District Association, you don't lead them. You don't show example of leadership. You're a person when a team worker. You're a person we believe in collaboration and cohesiveness. They aspire for the position of the women's leader at the APC, UK and Ireland. Now, I want to give you the opportunity or speak to the potential voters then we get for vote on these particular elections. Make you sell yourself, make you tell them why they for vote for you. Make you tell them who that not they been to, reason why they for vote for you, which not the benefits you will bring come. Over to you.
Comrades all, viewers, media team, friends and family, as you've heard, this is me, Bintu Isatu Sesay Kano. I'm vying for the position of women's leader. This is not a new rule to me. I've done it. As I speak, I've been everywhere for everyone. I have officiated so many activities in this country, at weddings, you name it. And I've served the APC UK and I've served with the likes of Mohammed 91 during the Ebola, when things were tough. I made contributions immensely towards the women's wing the time they wanted to buy rice as an addition. I also engaged myself in so many humanitarian causes back home in Sierra Leone and here. Here in the UK, whilst with the Bambali Association, we engage in bringing the elderly from Sierra Leone and anywhere together. We take them to appointments, we make them teas and coffee, we befriend them. We actually got a hall, a community hall, to do all those events during my tenure. In Africa, I make sure I educate people around the current trend of voting, because I've seen it during the lower elections. I support people with education, and I am the secretary, vice chair for a school that is going to be open in April. It's called the Sakutu organization. The building is almost completed. is going to be erected, is already erected between Grafton and Regent. And even when my time in Freetown, I went there to ensure that everything has been put in place. And I have children I support, and currently myself and sisters and other people who attended the school. One of the schools our dad was very much engaged with, we are renovating it. That aside, here in the UK, what I want to ask the voters, I believe that the majority of them have not got the process. This is going to be a very serious matter. So what I am doing is educating, sensitizing voters to say, if you believe in me, I want your vote. But this is going to be a tricky one. And they say, what do you mean? I say, because we're going to have something called indirect voting. You cannot vote for me because you can only vote for people who are going to for the district level. A lot of people don't quite get it. So I'm urging my supporters, the viewers and comrades to know that indirect voting is going to be what is going to happen. And then I am now going to directly refer my plea to those contestants who are going for the district level, because it's their vote that will count for me to win. So in light of that, I am asking everybody who have to vote, if you have any doubt, contact me and I'll put you through the process, because your vote is the voice that, when heard, will bring about desired results. What is the desired result? Bintu becoming the women's leader for UK and I. I am pleading that we team up and get these desired results. I want to conclude with this, with an acronym I made for myself while preparing for the interview, which I refer to as PRESS, PRESS. That is, placing realistic efforts for sustainable solutions. When we team up with these efforts, the reality will strike, because we will get what we want. And I promise that if elected, I will bring this acronym to the table. And all I have to say is, vote me in and Bintu will press on, Bintu, press. Thank you.
Wonderful submission, Bintu. Thank you very much. Little efforts will achieve a lot. That is the motto of your school, the Mathoba girls. Not in quotes, but something like that. You know, from a little effort, you're able to achieve a lot. And at least now you build up from. You and a person where they make something will small, you can able to blow them out. They look big. People are able to achieve a lot out of something very, very small. Thank you very much for coming to this wonderful discussion, to tell us more about yourself, the Bintu, the skills that we get, the experience we get, the people we don't meet along the way in politics, the people that we don't identify for we, and the hope we don't give you, that when you assume this position, you will help for FET for make we party come to power. You don't already do them, you know, depend plan them. You don't plan a long time ago, you depend do them. It's working right now. So all you need now, that the position of the leadership, make it continue the work we do. You get over 25 years or maybe 25 years managerial skills. You're not a team worker, you're not a collaborator, you're not a cohesive person. You don't work at the women's wing, you don't, you know, you link theory into practice, you know. So there's a lot about you that put you in the position of a leader in this APC UK and this platform, one for say thank you to you and one for wish you good luck on this aspiration with Deepa. We hope say you get what you aspire for, and we want to tell we viewers them plenty thank you. Make them continue for subscribe on this platform. Whenever we come live, they go get the notification. And I want to say thank you to the technical team. I want to say thank you to the production team of this wonderful discussion. With me on the Upfront one-to-one interview, Comrade OrWanKasu, I say thank you and say bye-bye to Bintu.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.